A single event can turn your life around, and for me, it was a health scare. This was not the kind of wake-up call I had planned on receiving. It was one of those moments where everything you thought you knew about yourself was suddenly flipped on its head. I was young, energetic, and thought I was invincible. But then, out of nowhere, I found myself facing a health crisis. I remember the day vividly. I was just going about my usual routine when I suddenly felt a wave of fatigue wash over me. It was as if someone had pulled the plug and all my energy was draining away. I tried to shake it off, tried to convince myself that it was just a minor hiccup, but deep down, I knew something was wrong. The following days were a blur of doctor's appointments, lab tests, and a string of medical terms that I could barely understand. It was like being in a whirlwind, unable to grasp what was happening. But amidst the chaos, one thing became clear. My lifestyle was taking a toll on my health. The realization was like a punch to the gut. I was leading a life that was slowly but surely pushing me towards a precipice. My diet was all over the place, exercise was a foreign concept, and stress had become a constant companion. I was living life in the fast lane, oblivious to the fact that I was undermining my own well-being. It was a bitter pill to swallow. I had always prided myself on being independent, on being in control. But here I was at the mercy of my own choices that were leading me down a path I never intended to tread. And that's when the wake-up call came. It wasn't a gentle nudge, but a loud, blaring alarm. It was a call to action, a call to change. I knew it was time to take a hard look at my lifestyle, to reassess my priorities, and to make some drastic changes. I had to take control of my life again, to steer it in a direction that would lead to health, happiness, and longevity. That was the moment I knew something had to change. Change is never easy, and the first step is always the hardest. I'm sure this is a sentiment many of us can resonate with. When I first ventured into a healthier lifestyle, it felt like being lost in an unfamiliar city without a map. There were struggles. Oh, were there struggles. The allure of convenience, the pull of old habits, and the siren song of comfort zones were constant companions. The first few weeks were a veritable battle, a wrestling match between the person I was and the person I wanted to be. I remember the first time I exchanged my usual sugary breakfast cereal for a bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruits. It felt strange, almost alien, but I knew I had to stick with it. Not just because oatmeal is healthier, but because it symbolized the change I was striving for. Then came the regular workouts. The first few days, my muscles ached, my lungs screamed, and my body begged for the comfort of my old sedentary life. But I persisted, not because I enjoyed the pain, but because I knew it was a necessary part of the journey. Eating healthier, exercising regularly, sleeping better, these were all new habits I had to cultivate. And let me tell you, it was tough. But the key was consistency. It was about making small changes every day, even when it felt uncomfortable, even when it felt hard. And the truth is, the journey never really gets easier. The struggles change, the challenges evolve, but they never truly go away. But it's the determination to keep going, to keep pushing, that makes all the difference. I clung to the belief that every step I took, every healthy choice I made was a step towards a better life. And that belief, that determination, that consistency, they were my compass in the unfamiliar city of change. Despite the struggles, I kept going, knowing it was all for a better life. And if I can do it, so can you. Because the first step, as hard as it may be, is just the beginning of an incredible journey. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, I began to see the change. It was subtle at first, like the gentle stirring of a breeze before the storm. But then, it became more pronounced, more tangible, more real. My body started to respond to the loving care I was giving it. I was no longer dragging myself out of bed in the morning, but springing up with energy and vitality. My skin began to glow with health, my eyes sparkled with clarity, and my body felt strong and capable. But it wasn't just physical. Oh no, the transformation was much more profound than that. My mind, once clouded with stress and negativity, began to clear. I found myself thinking more clearly, feeling more focused, more present. I was able to handle stress in a healthier way, finding solutions instead of dwelling on problems. The healthy habits I had adopted were not just changing my body, they were changing my mind, my outlook, my entire approach to life. I was feeding my body with nourishing foods, yes, but I was also feeding my mind with positive thoughts, my soul with joy and peace. Every day, I was choosing to be kind to myself, to respect my body, to honor my mind. And in return, I was reaping the rewards. I was feeling better, looking better, living better. This transformation was not just about losing weight or looking good. It was about feeling good. It was about finding balance, finding peace, finding joy. It was about embracing life with all its ups and downs, its twists and turns, its surprises and disappointments. And the most beautiful part of this transformation, it was all me. I was the one making the choices, taking the steps, driving the change. I was the one choosing health over illness, positivity over negativity, life over existence. I was not just surviving anymore, I was thriving. No journey is without its challenges, and mine was no different. Embarking on a journey towards transforming oneself is like venturing into an uncharted territory. It's full of surprises, some pleasant, others not so much. But as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so it was for me. There were days when I had to battle with myself to fight off the urge to slip back into old, destructive habits. The comfort of familiarity often beckoned, whispering sweet promises of ease and instant gratification. But I knew that giving in would mean undoing all the progress I had made. So I held on, reminding myself of why I started this journey in the first place. And then there were the naysayers, the ones who doubted, who questioned, who mocked. Their words, like arrows, aimed to pierce my resolve. But I chose to use their skepticism as fuel, to push myself harder, to prove them wrong. Their doubt amplified my determination, and I found strength in their disbelief. There were also physical hurdles. The aches that came from pushing my body beyond its comfort zone, the exhaustion from staying committed to a routine, the frustration when results seemed slow. But with each hurdle, I learned to persevere, to be patient, to trust the process. Perhaps one of the biggest challenges was changing my mindset, breaking free from the chains of self-doubt, from the fear of failure, from the thought patterns that had held me back for so long. It was a mental battle, but one that I was determined to win. And with each victory, I grew stronger, more resilient, more confident. Overcoming these challenges wasn't easy. It required commitment, determination, and a whole lot of self-love. But with each step, with each hurdle crossed, I was molding myself into a better version, a healthier version, a happier version. Every challenge was a lesson, pushing me closer to my goal. And with each lesson learned, I was not just changing my life, I was transforming it. Today, I stand before you, a changed person. A person who was once tethered by unhealthy habits, but now breathes the fresh air of positive change. The journey was long, and it was not without its share of hurdles. Yet, each step was a lesson, each stumble a reminder of the importance of resilience. Let's take a moment to reflect on this journey. It began with a wake-up call, a stark realization that change was not only necessary, but also imminent. The first steps were tentative, filled with uncertainty and fear. But remember, the most profound journeys begin with a single step. Then came the transformation, a metamorphosis from a caterpillar to a butterfly. The cocoon of old habits was shed, replaced by a vibrant and healthier lifestyle. It wasn't an overnight change. It was a gradual process of learning, unlearning, and relearning, of embracing new habits and discarding the old. The challenges were many, but they were not insurmountable. They were mere stepping stones, obstacles to overcome and conquer. Each challenge was a test of willpower, a test of strength, and in overcoming them, I discovered a newfound resilience within me. And now, we are here, the new normal, a life that's healthier, happier, and more fulfilling. A life where I am no longer a slave to my old habits, but the master of my new ones. The once daunting tasks of maintaining a balanced diet, regular exercise, and adequate sleep are now as natural as breathing. This new normal is not just about living a healthier life, it's about living a better life. It's about embracing change, about becoming the best version of oneself. It's about realizing that we are capable of so much more than we ever thought possible. So to those of you who are standing at the precipice of change, remember this: change is not easy, but it's worth it. And if I can do it, so can you. Embrace the change, embrace the new normal, because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let me share with you the 10 steps and habits that changed my life. Step 1. Acknowledge the need for change. It all starts here, with the realization that change is necessary. Step 2. Set realistic goals. Don't aim for the moon right away. Start small and gradually raise the bar. Step 3. Create a plan. A goal without a plan is just a wish, so plan your journey meticulously. Step 4. Commit to the plan. Now that you have a plan, stick to it. Consistency is key. Step 5. Replace bad habits with good ones. It's not enough to just get rid of bad habits, you need to replace them with healthier alternatives. Step 6. Stay motivated. Keep reminding yourself of why you started this journey in the first place. Step 7. Practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment and take one day at a time. Step 8. Seek support. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Whether it's from friends, family, or professionals, support can make a world of difference. Step 9. Celebrate small victories. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory, so celebrate it. And finally, step 10. Never give up. There will be setbacks, but don't let them discourage you. Keep going, and remember, the only way to fail is to quit. These were the steps and habits that transformed my life. I hope they inspire you to start your own journey.